Ghosting has become the new normal, and the commitment issues are prevalent not just in personal but in professional field too. Employee ghosting is the latest nightmare for the companies, with numbers rising and more so with technology changing the nature of employment rapidly. This phantom phenomena is a common problem across the globe, and this behavior is present in all ages, not just in Generation Z. Now, what is employee ghosting? Employee ghosting happens when an employee stops showing up at work and severs the employment without giving a heads up or any notice, and in the process often dodges or avoids their employer's attempts to reach them. Ghosting is a term borrowed from online dating, like when someone disappears without informing their dating partner. I've covered this topic in detail in my earlier video. I am sharing the link below in description and also at the end of the video. Now, there's also a term called candidate ghosting or applicant ghosting for job candidates who are a no-show and miss their scheduled interviews, or it's the company that ghosts the candidates by not informing them of their application status. Many of us have faced excruciating silence while waiting to hear back from a prospective employer, only to wind up hearing nothing at all. But now, them tables are turning as more and more job applicants have left or are leaving hopeful employers in lurch. I've faced this myself in two different companies. A promising candidate has been a no-show on the joining date, and a tenured employee with a promising career with the organization went AWOL. Recruitment, as we know, is a process where even the employer is looking for a suitable candidate as much as a prospective employee a befitting job. Employees these days drop off the grid at any stage of employment, from the interview time to having tenured a while in the company, as if the 2 weeks notice wasn't enough. From the employer's point of view, ghosting gives them a CPR run. My take on the topic comes during unpredictable times, post a pandemic. But despite the fact that the job market today is not suitable or stable for many, ghosts of the past don't stop haunting. The phantom phenomena continues. The reasons are plenty. Let's share some reasons for why employee ghosting happens. And while there are multiple contributing factors, here are a few possible explanations. The first one being a very common one, where the employee leaves due to a bad boss. I've made an entire video on the topic that people quit people, not companies. I have shared the link in the description below. Now, when you put in hard work all day, every day, feeling unappreciated or not being given your due just dims the motivational levels, and there's no inspiration left to go to work anymore, and the mode of calling it quit sets in. With more and more non-traditional and new jobs coming in, workers have a newfound advantage. If they don't like a job or a situation, or if they find something better, it's easier than ever to let go or to just go find something else. And with the AI, the artificial intelligence being the new superpower and the name of the game today, there are plenty of jobs with, data science, machine learning, etc. kicking in. AI is automation on steroids, and before the rise of the modern AI, automation had already had a huge impact on a lot of jobs. So even though automation may have displaced a lot of jobs, AI's impact on jobs worldwide has created more jobs, and that brings me to my next point: technology. Blame it on technology for the effects it has had on the communication style of the younger generations. While social media and messaging apps have made it easy for people to connect and establish relationships faster, a lack of face-to-face conversation and personal contact often has led to a lack of bonding and depth in relationships. People find it convenient to just drop a message to avoid an awkward conversation with the employer, or better yet, just ghost them. Today, there's a lack of proper onboarding process. Technology is changing the nature of employment rapidly, wherein people across many generations are abandoning traditional career paths and expectations about what it means to be an employee. And with many organizations today not having a formal pre-boarding process in place like we did before, like introducing new hires with future colleagues or a proper onboarding induction for that matter. This process not only helps reduce any anxiety new hires may have, but also gives them a sense of belonging with a welcome to the new environment where they'll be appreciated. Well, companies are now simply getting a taste of their own medicine. Employers have not just ghosted employees on many occasions for their own benefits and profits, but terminated the employment and laid off employees at will. Hate the game, not the players, eh? There are many other miscellaneous concerns where ghosting happens. Employee is dissatisfied or angry with the employer for a mishandled situation or a concern not attended to. Didn't get a promised promotion or an overdue raise. Many employers today are not even giving a salary certificate, and some go to the extent of dodging an appointment letter for 6 months to save their money. Then there's ghost employee, a payroll fraud. Don't confuse that with a ghosting employee. Many employees ghost due to lack of professionalism. People today have become very casual about committing, and sense of responsibility is MIA. And sometimes it's just about a better opportunity and the employee doesn't want to be guilt-tripped or coaxed into staying for any reason. And that is not all. There are many more reasons for candidate or employee ghosting. What can you do about employee ghosting? Not much, but the companies and the line managers can ensure a good, comfortable and positive environment so that the channel of communication, whether grievances or feedback, is transparent and an encouraging one so that the employees feel safe. Employers have to realize that you have to give first for the same courtesy to be extended to you. Build a better culture. Respect and value your employee. Respect begets respect. Have a good employee retention plan in place. Be transparent, set right expectations, and don't mislead the employees with false promises and unrealistic hopes. And finally, remember that in many cases, ghosting is indicative of future behavior or is at least an alarming sign that should not be ignored. So if you're the victim of ghosting, whether you're the employer or the employee, count your blessings, move on, and aspire to find a match that works for you. The right swipe right.